guys, welcome back to my channel. And if you're looking at this video and you're thinking she is driving and making this video, then you are spot on. You are right on the money, because that is what I'm doing. I have to go to work, but I also have to talk about this while this is still fresh on my mind, because this is also a beauty channel. I know I do a lot of true crime, and that's been my main little vein, but I think it's time for me to talk about beauty, because I'm also very passionate about beauty and fashion. So this is specifically about fashion or lifestyle. So if you are a true crime content lover, and that's why you come and you tune in, just sit this one out. But if you want to hear the tea and hear what I have to say, stay tuned, because it's about to get juicy. So I just recently got into the brand Telfar, and I love it. I love it here because it's black owned, and just I like his story about how he started out in New York in the fashion houses, and I just was really impressed, and I did my research. So I mean the Telfar brand, as far as the fans go and the people, the women and men who buy Telfar, normally it's a good buy when you deal with them. Like, they're not stuck up. I'm part of a Telfar group, a talk group on Facebook, and I don't normally join things like that, but I did because I purchased my first Telfar recently, and they are hard to get your hands on. So, you know, your girl was feeling herself when I finally did get a Telfar. Video is no shade to people who genuinely love Telfar and support the brand as far as purchasing, or even if you don't purchase directly from them, even if you purchase secondhand, because it is almost impossible to get your hands on a Telfar unless you get up really early. I mean, you got to put in some work, sis, to get a bag, especially one of the more popular releases like the Uggs or the Moose Knuckles. So that's what I'm actually going to talk about, is the scammers that are involved. For one, people are selling people fake Telfars. Now, if you know anything about the brand, you know that he is very affordable with his designs. Or, you know, I don't know his pronouns, so I'm just going to say, you know, as far as what I see, they have been very affordable with their brands. And even after Beyonce was seen carrying her white Telfar, so even when Beyonce was spotted carrying her iconic white Telfar, which I'll try to link a picture in this video, but it is probably insanely jumpy, so bear with me because I had to do this. I had to get on here and speak while it was still heavy on my mind. Even after that, he didn't raise his prices, which he really could have, because Beyonce is Beyonce, child. And when you see her, you think like, okay, luxury. But he has been able to, or I'm sorry, they have been able to maintain a brand that is a luxury, that, you know, is designed by a black creator and is affordable. And so those are my little trifecta. I love it. So this is no shade to him or them as a designer. Sorry about the pronouns. I'm just, you know. And a note about the pronouns: if you're watching this video and you're like, hey, she's misgendering him or them, I am not trying to. Everything I have seen online talking about Telfar refers to them as a him. So I'm just gonna go ahead and say he, or I'm gonna say them or they. I'm gonna use them intermittently because I don't know what his chosen pronouns are. Or their chosen pronouns are. So if you're distracted by the misgendering, please just bear with me, because this is not intentional. It's just what I have seen online when I was doing my research. No one has referred to them as so recently, it's like within the last couple of years, I've just become a way more conscious buyer of fashion. Meaning, if I buy something the first thing I'm going to ask is it black owned? And the reason why I've become more into that is because during the pandemic, I've seen a lot of brands show some distasteful attributes and attitudes towards the Black community. So I've become way more conscious on what I would buy, or what I would wear, or what brands I'd actually like spend my money on. So I stopped doing the Gucci, Fendi, Louis, all of that type of stuff, the Chanel. I'm not impressed by that anymore, because those brands have historically shown distaste and disdain. So those brands have traditionally shown disdain for Black people and no regard towards Black lives whatsoever. So I'm not impressed by them, but I constantly see Black fashion bloggers and people wearing their brands, and that's fine. That's their money, that's their choice, that's totally up to them. I just will not be supporting those particular brands. I can still support a Black fashion blogger or person who is doing this, but I'm not going to support the brand that they're promoting, because if it doesn't support my people that look like me, I'm not going to do it. That's just a personal choice, and I'm not going to force that. I'm not forcing that on anybody else. That's their choice. That's their preference. But for me, it's a no. I know it seemed shady when I said that, but in reality, it's not. It's no shade. It's just what my own preference is. I'm not going to go out. The point of this video is not to put Black content creators down that use these popular big name brands like Gucci. I'm just not going to spend my hard-earned coin on a brand that has historically shown racism and bad attitudes towards Black people. I'm going to support Black designers, period. So recently I found and discovered the brand Telfar, and I love this brand. So I have to say that, and I have to say that this video is no shade to Telfar or any of their anything involving their brand, because they started their purse line in 2005, and they have become a giant in the fashion. And I think Telfar blew up so fast, and white designers started taking note, because they were like, wow, this has become very popular, and they didn't understand the popularity of the brand. But the Black dollar has been shown over and over to be very powerful, and the influence of Black people in this country is very powerful, and it's often slept on by people who make the mainstream designs and fashion in this country, because they exclude Black people until it's time to make that coin. Then they want your dollar. And so these brands that I have been supporting for so long, it's kind of like time's up for them. Like, if I have the stuff, obviously I'm wearing a designer that's not Black, but I already have it, or if I can buy it secondhand, I'm gonna buy it if it's cheaper and it's something I really, really want from these other designers. But largely, as far as my bags go, I've been purchasing Telfar because I really support what they're doing and what they're trying to do. Brandon Blackwood is another notable designer that I support, and I like, because he has the end systemic racism bags, and I really love those. And I really think it's a powerful message behind, or I'm saying he and him, but I could be mispronouncing his pronouns. And if I am, I'm sorry for that. What I've seen online about Brandon Blackwood, it's always been referred to them as. So this video is actually in support of Telfar and Brandon Blackwood, and it's really because I've been noticing a weird trend where people have been purchasing their bags on these drops when they release the bags, and then it's like already limited availability, and people have been purchasing these bags just to resell them at a higher price it's exploitive of the fact that this is a black brand, affordable black brand, and these are both affordable black brands, and you're exploiting people's desire to support black businesses and to show support by charging twice or 3 times or even 4 times as much as they would charge for their product. It's a scam. And I don't care how you slice it. You can say, I'm in my bag. No, you're not. You're in somebody else's bag. And people can say, well, if you get the bag, aren't you supporting Telfar anyway? No, you're not. Because supporting him would be buying his bags from him and then wearing them because you actually support him. Not buying his bags from him and charging 4 or 5 times as much as the bags are being sold for on his site and making money off of him and exploiting the desire of black people to support a black brand. It's giving very much scammer. It's giving very much, what do you do? Like, what's your job? What's your title? Because you're scamming. And there's no other, I mean, for me, it's scam. It's a scam because it's exploitive of the fact that so many people notice the lack of, goodwill towards black. It's really obvious the lack of black support for black businesses, and it's been noted, and it's also very. I mean, it's very like, girl, let me hold $15 till Friday. That's the vibe it's giving. It's giving broke. And I don't care how much money you make off of it. I mean, if that's what you do, that's what you do. But it's not supporting a black brand. And it for sure needs to be called out because it's not in any way support of Telfar or Brandon Blackwood or any of these hard to get black brands. It's actually very much taking from them because they don't make the profit that you're making. They don't see that. So basically, my point is, if you're going to buy a black brand and call yourself a supporter of black brands, support the designer. Support the designer by purchasing their stuff and just wearing it. Why are y'all on these resale things? I get it for Gucci, Fendi, Louis, Prada, all these things. But why would you do this to a black-owned business that is just now launching? Telfar launched in 2005. So if you know that these brands are just newly getting into the fashion industry, you don't really support them by doing that resale stuff. And you don't really support black people in that because it's non-black people selling these bags. So they're still trying to make a profit off of it. Make it make sense. So anyways, this is my little rant. This is my tea. Like, girl, the girls are scamming. They're saying they got these bags and it's exclusive, but on the website, they're still selling them. So how is it exclusive? How is it sold out? And I can buy this from Moose Knuckles. The Telfar release with Moose Knuckles is on Moose Knuckles' website. Like, you're saying it's sold out, but in reality, I see it on the site. So how is it sold out? Make it make sense. So just know that, I'm going to be calling this kind of stuff out. This is my kind of fashion content because it's very conscious. Just know, if I see it, I'm going to say something. And yeah, I will not be supporting these little secondhand things that they do if it's a scam and it's not really the price it's supposed to be, because you're reselling these bags for more than what they retail for, which means you're taking out of these brands' pockets, and it's not right.